Hello and welcome to episode 3 of the Mum to Milf podcast, where we take you from mum to Milf. It's mum in love with fitness. Don't come at me. Don't be a fucking Karen. I don't want to hear another word about, I don't want to be called a Milf. Two thoughts. One, no one's ever called you a MILF before, so you don't know the pure joy of somebody calling you a MILF. Two, you're upset for something that doesn't fucking bother you. Okay? It doesn't impact your life whatsoever. Anyhow, moving right along, a bit of pent-up resentment for all the Karens in the comments saying, what's the MILF? It's mum in love with fitness. I'm being a cheeky fucker because I can be. Have you never heard of marketing before? Today, we are going to talk about your first 10 kilos and how to fucking lose it. I'm going to give you a step-by-step, talk through the psychological, talk through the milestones, talk through how to do it. Now, I want this podcast to be as informative as it is controversial, as it is fun for me to chat the back legs off a fucking donkey. This mic doesn't even work, just FYI. It's completely useless, but it's here for comedic effect. Anyway, so we're going to start from the top. So you're a fat fuck that wants to lose 10 kilos. No, I don't think 10 kilos necessarily puts you in the fat fuck category, but you're a bit pudgy. Call it what you want to call it. So if you want to lose your first 10 kilos, there's typically 2 ways you can go about it. All right? I'll lay them all out for you. Or there's like 3 ways maybe you could try. There's a shitload of ways actually. But the key thing is that you're doing a calorie deficit. Obviously you're in a calorie deficit. For most women, anywhere in that sort of 12 to 1500 calorie range is suitable enough for them to lose weight. 1200 calories if you're someone that doesn't want to exercise, walk around. 1200 calories is a pretty good way for you to lose half a kilo to a kilo a week pretty reliably. Like, even if you're 60 kilos on 1200, you'll get to 50. Pretty much. But it is the interactions and the hand holding that is required to get there. That is the important part. So I'll walk you through the 3 things. Thing number 1, calorie counting. Reason why it is fucking the best tool is because it allows you, with only 5 minutes of fucking work, I ate this. That's all you have to fucking do. Banana, apple, pad thai, done. Completed it, mate. Okay? Other way, meal plan. You can get it for free from ChatGPT. Can go on Google, free 1200 calorie meal plan. Eat your fucking heart out. It's all the same shit. Issue there, you got to eat the same shit all the time. You got to go to fucking Woolworths, spend 3 or 4 hours shopping, buying cardamom. Who the fuck buys that? One time, you're never going to use it again. You spend $5 on a herb that's just useless. Then you got to spend the hours and the hours prepping it on a fucking Sunday like a mong. It, by and large, to me, is the shittest strategy in order to lose weight. Then there's the intuitive eating. I think, in my humble opinion, my intuition tells me to headbutt a jar of pistachio papi spread on a daily basis. Do I have to have a lot of restraint in order to do so? Yes. Can I open a jar of pistachio papi and put it down? Yes, but then I pick it back up again. Full transparency. It's my birthday coming up. And I told my girlfriend, I said, babe, look, I don't fucking, you know what I mean? I might want to see your boobs at some stage. That would be a nice birthday gift. I did say that to her. I have a very jovial and high quality relationship with my partner, so it allows me to do that, which is very nice. Anyhow, apart from seeing her beautiful breasts, I said, I'd love to have a slice of cheesecake, babe. Can we organise that? She goes, great, I'll get you a cake. I said, no, please. I don't ask for much. I don't. I cook, I clean. She does most of the cleaning, but I do good cleaning. I'm not against it. I take the garbage out. I whip a snip. I do all the shit. We've got a really nice balanced set of duties. However, I don't ask for much outside of that. And I said, look, all I want is just to be done right. A slice of pistachio, a slice of cheesecake from a really good place. I want you to pour a whole jar of that $20 pistachio papi over the top, and then some ice cream and some whipped cream. That's it. That's my gift. I don't want you to spend nothing else. Okay, can do. Because the last time I got a jar of pistachio papi spread, I was 1 teaspoon turned into 10 or 5 in the day, which was probably about 150, 200 cows, in fairness. Maybe more. But then I realized quickly the next day that 5 turned into like 7 to 8. And I was like, hang on, fucking woo up, chief. Hang on. So then I proceeded to put it in the fucking freezer. Okay, I was like, you know what? In my amazing thinking, I'm fucking 10 steps ahead. I'm Adriano, yeah? I built a gym, psychology degree, fitness diploma, coached thousands of people in my lifetime. I'm fucking on top of this. Put it in the fucking freezer, chief. Guess what happened? I started taking a fucking knife to that fucking thing to then get pistachio puppy chunks. Dead set. I'm in there. In between calls, like a fucking idiot, with a fucking kitchen knife the size of my fucking head, going like this, into the fucking jar like a junkie. So don't for a second think I'm not like one of you, okay? I'm fucking exactly like you. And that's how I'm such a good coach, is because I know the fucking journey intimately and I've overcome it. So, I can't have it around, long story long. So those are the 3 options: intuitive eating, meal plan bullshit, or calorie counting, the best solution of all time. So if you're a woman over 100 kilos, best case scenario, probably set your calories to 15 to 1600. That'll keep you losing anywhere from kilo and a half a week, won't feel like too much of a push, and will allow you to eat pretty flexibly. You could have the odd schnitzel, you could have the odd ice cream, you could have the odd multiple ice creams if you wanted. If you're under that 100 kilo range, say you are a lady and you are 90 keggers, that 1200 calorie number is going to do you pretty good for a long time. Now, if you've been tracking and you're like, fuck man, I've been doing it, you haven't. You just haven't done it properly. Couple of key case studies, some recent things that have happened in my coaching community. Again, I do one-to-one coaching with a bunch of mums who are amazing, and they lose anywhere from 2 to 5 kilos a month, every month, like clockwork, if they do what I say. Great, you can jump in, go to my Instagram, book in a call. It's easy. I answer the call, we talk, you jump in, you lose weight, you feel good. Anywho, in the group calls that we do in my program, one of the gals, she jumped on it, and I was looking at her food diary, and I'm like, look, man, I genuinely can't see anything other than the teas being the issue. I don't think it's the teas. It's like, I think it's the fucking teas. Monitor the milk inside the teas. I want you to just track it for me. Just entertain me, please. She starts tracking the milk. She loses 600 grams the next week. She wasn't losing a single kilo for 4 weeks. We look at the milk, she loses. On the 12 to 1400-ish range. And it is simple diagnostic things like that that can be holding you back. Another one of my gals, spoke to her this afternoon. I was like, hey babe, our weight's not been moving predictably. We're at 67, we're only down a kilo. We should be in the 63s to 64s by now. Something's fucking amiss by the numbers. Food looks good, are you weighing it? Yes. Heads in the game. I'm like, okay, maybe there's a couple of, pizza is not 200 calories a slice, it's by and large 300 a slice. I'm like, okay, that might put you over on that day. Great. And then like, what about your wraps and shit? You have a lot of wraps and shit. Like, what's going on there? She goes, oh, I put a bit of chili oil on there and some Kewpie mayo. And I'm like, fucking bingo bango. That wasn't on the tracker. And so it is little things like that that can keep you stuck. And when you're thinking, 1,200 calories, I've done it, it doesn't work. Cool, it does. It's an more extreme fat loss protocol to go on. But will you get results? Yes. And if you can shoulder it for a long enough time period, beneficial. Like me eating 2,000 calories. My weight loss calories are about 3,000 based on like level of activity and that sort of stuff, my weight. I like to eat about 2,000 a day because I don't like being fat. Being fat is lame. So I like to bully my calories. Reason being is because on a Saturday, Sunday, if I want the freedom to eat pretty much by and large whatever the fuck I want, burger, chips, that sort of shit, because I was so rigid, it allows me to just have an extra 500 to 1,000 calories, 500 to 1,000 calories on some shit that I might want. So it could be burger and chips, could be popcorn and chocolate with the missus like we did, I think, last Friday or Friday before. Just some real life shit that I want the freedom to be able to have. And I'm really happy with cutting back because I work fucking 24/7. Happy to cut back on that. And so then on the odd day where I do go out with the missus, great. Happy days. So, beyond that, there's the psychological journey. Now, the reason why you should track calories, one, it's the ultimate accountability tool. You ate what you ate. You can't go back. It's like if you had a bank statement for your transactions, I've done this 1,000 times, where I've gotten to the end of the week and I had $2,000 in the start of the account, and now I've got fucking 100, and I'm like, hold on. There has been a Nigerian scammer accessing my account. What is going on? Cancel my cards. It's all over, Red Rover. It was me the whole time. Plot twist. I know, and that's the hard thing. And just like calorie counting, if we had a transaction list for your body, I guarantee you would be in the red if it worked out that way. But yeah, you'd be in the red if you're not losing weight on a 1,200 calorie diet. Okay? Is there some exceptions to the rule? No, not really. I've never found any. And it's typically the clients that like do the work inconsistently, or there's always like a reason as to why. Oh, it's like, oh, where's this? Oh, well, you see that wasn't quite that was like this. And so you get a lot of those answers typically with the people that said they're doing everything. I always lean on the fact that people are going to lie and deceive themselves and deceive me before I stop believing in the law of thermodynamics or gravity. And what's the likelihood that someone bullshits or miscalculates? Pretty fucking high. What's the likelihood that gravity stops existing? Pretty fucking low. And so that's where I draw my lines, right? Every time I don't get a result, I do not think it is a fucking Mercury in retrograde. It's me. Every fucking time. And guess what happens when I look back and go, it's me. I solved the problem. I solved the problem. Okay? That's it. It's not fucking rocket science. It's food in, food out. Yeah, sure. The hormone scenario, you could fucking take that and run with it if you want. But by and large, it doesn't make too much of a difference. Because if I guarantee if I put you on an island with just water, you'd lose weight. So where there is a will, there is a way. Because you die from starvation. It's how your body, you wouldn't just die at 100 kilos from not eating. Your body would start to eat itself. That's how your body works. So in the same way, I know you could get down. Might it not be ideal? Yeah, but fat loss is meant to be temporary. Then you go up to maintenance and then you maintain the weight. Golden. You can get from 80 to 70 in 16 odd weeks. And then you can learn to maintain it by eating an extra 300 to 500 calories a day. That's the danger zone, by the way. But anyway, touched on that on another video. So, what should your rate of fat loss be? If you don't have a coach, anywhere from 300 to 600 grams a week is pretty good. If you have a coach, anywhere from 600 to a kilo is pretty good. Because when you drive faster, there's typically more hazards, right? The difference between getting from Sydney to fucking Brisbane going 50k an hour is a very, very different journey than going 100k an hour. Safe to say it's going to be safer in the 50k an hour car, but you'll get there twice as slow in the 50k an hour car. Plus on the highway, you might get someone run up your ass if you're going 50. And oftentimes people, the big issue is they don't want to be dieting for like their life. So I'd rather you lose 10 kilos in 16 weeks than 10 kilos in 32. It's just my thinking how I like to do things. I'm a bit of a straight for the throat kind of gal. So if your numbers aren't adding up, always look back at your calories, making sure you're tracking hidden calories, all that sort of bullshit. Now the psychological part, this is the hardest part out of all of the parts. Right? The psychological journey of losing 10 kilos, that's the hardest. Now, obviously, getting a coach like someone amazing like myself is probably pretty key. But if you don't have that and you want to, run it yourself, like trying to fix your own engine, which I can't do, but if you can, kudos to you. What was I going to fucking say? I've completely lost train of thought. That's great. Not typical of Adriana, losing train of thought at all. The psychological journey. So the psychological journey of your fat loss, that's the tricky one, okay? So in a lot of cases, people think that doing stuff is hard. Losing fat is hard. Yeah, 100%. And it's the stereotypical bullshit of like, pick your hard, choose your hard. I fucking hate that. Like, it's going to be hard if you're dying and you're fat. It's going to be hard trying to lose fat. Pick your hard. I think just like that's one of the most overused sort of statements that people love fucking refurbishing. But kind of true in that you should expect shit that's worthwhile to be difficult. The anxiety, part of the hard. The self-doubt, part of the hard. The up and down, part of the hard. The not nailing it, part of the hard. Try building a fucking gym. I built a gym with my bare hands. A bunch of clients, a bunch of Facebook outreach, a bunch of sales calls. I built a gym. Did I think that that wasn't going to kick off? Absolutely. I had to live in the fucking thing for about the first 6 months. I moved back into my grandma's house more times than I can fucking count just to keep it floating. Shit, son. It's kind of the whack though. Because I was like, I really want the thing. Am I willing to do the work and the sacrifices to get the thing? Yes. Now, is fat loss going to be as hard as building a gym? No, it's definitely fucking not. Losing 10 kilos is a fucking cakewalk compared to that. But with that being said, the same rules sort of apply. Self-doubt, lacking of energy, all that bullshit comes along with it. And so you've got to be okay with the T's and C's of what you've jumped in to do. Are you okay with having self-doubt on weigh-in day when it doesn't go your way? And can you get through that? Are you resilient enough of a person to see a number not go down on the scale for 2 weeks? If you're not, fat loss is probably not for you. Enjoy staying fat. If you are, to the victor goes the spoils, right? One of my clients, Ali, down 11.5 keggers now. She's one of my ambassadors in the program. She's down 11.5 kilo. Now, she's had so many times where she had to do this recalibration process in order to lose weight. And she could have quit day dot, like month 4, we lost a fair whack of weight. But then there was obviously sticking points for like a month where nothing would drop. We have to have a serious sit down and go, okay, we recalibrate, let's fucking get after it, let's go. Because she'd get complacent, and that's okay, we all do. I've done that in the past. But the key thing is, the only reason why she got to 11.5 and a new body weight goal that she hasn't been at for like fucking 20,000 million years as an adult is because she went through the other side of the hard. The things that you want in life, body, good relationships, good job, good fucking anything, are on the other side of the shit that you don't want to do. And yeah, you can say, pick your hard. I think it sounds super gay. I think just understanding that what you want is on the other side of self-doubt. What you want is on the other side of it not working. What you want is on the other side of you having to say no to 10 Subway cookies and just saying yes to one. What you want is on the other side of the decisions that you don't want to make. It's that simple. And I got off the phone with one of my clients today. She was like, but I'm working with somebody at the moment. They got to give me food and they feed me when I'm there and I just can't say no. And I'm like, well, you either say yes to you losing weight or you say yes to you getting fat. Pick one. Straight up, pick one, because that's what you're doing subconsciously. I think it's consciously. But what you're doing is just giving yourself an out to be shit. I'm not saying that was the case for her. She's one of the loveliest clients I've had. She's been one of my supporters from the gym. And if she listens to this, she'll know who she is. But it was like, dude, like, what the fuck are you doing? You're going to let someone that you work for dictate your body fat? Like, that's fucking insane. Don't do that. That is dumb. And so it's decisions like that, whether it's going to your in-laws and saying, no, I'm not hungry, I only want a half a plate, I'm not eating, and going through the fire, because I guarantee those same people that say you look fine, you look good, nothing's wrong with you, are the same people that would say the same fucking shit when you're 10, 20 kilos overweight and you're miserable. Guarantee it, promise, signed, sealed, delivered. They would happily tell you that you look good until you're dead. Nothing's wrong, nothing's wrong, nothing's wrong. Gone. Heart disease. See ya. Gone. Self-esteem. Shot through the floor. Right? And so it is little things like that, those little micro decisions of you sticking to your goals and standing up for yourself and actually having some self-worth when you interact with food, interact with people, is going to be a big defining factor for you achieving your goals. If you're someone that can't say no, you're going to be fucked. If you're someone that wants to people please, you're probably going to be fucked, because you're always going to blame them. When it's not their fault, it's you, because you just can't say no. Or you choose not to say no. There's no can'ts. You can't. Okay? There's just, I choose something different. If you're not, if you're not changing it, you're choosing it. And nothing can be further from the truth with fat loss. So remember, I guess it's with your first 10 kilos, The psychological stuff's just as important as nutrition stuff. The best way forward is definitely going to be tracking your calories and keeping a food diary so you can actually diagnose where you're going wrong. And weigh in once a week, every week on the same day in the morning after 3 S's, shit, shower, shave. Take photos once a month, do measurements once a month, and you'll be golden. That is literally the framework that you should do in order to lose your next 10 kilos. Just rinse and repeat month on month until it's done. Then you're done, bump up your food by 300 to 500 calories. Be very, very careful on the back end. Maintenance is probably one of the harder parts of dieting because there's no real goal. The goal is to stay the same, which is a fucking hard goal to chin. That's why we coach a maintenance period in our coaching as well. But that is by and large the framework. It is not rocket science. The only thing that is rocket science, mums, is in fact fucking rocket science. So I hope you enjoyed this little podcast today. I'm going to keep it short. But yeah, I think by and large, losing the 10 kilos, that's the smartest way forward. That's the best framework you should follow. And lean into it being hard. When in doubt, double up. If you feel like this is hard, this isn't working, do an even better job the following week. And I guarantee you results and everything you fucking want out of your life is on the other side of you making decisions that you choose not to make. Hope this helps. Keep on rocking in the free world. Peace in the Middle East. Wallah bye.